Hi, my name is Patrick Kent. For my strategic management assignment, I had the pleasure of reviewing the Ontario Native Welfare Administrators Association, or ONWA as it's known to the social service administrators and their staff. ONWA is an organization that was founded in 1972 by Kate Taylor. Kate was originally from the Curve Lake First Nation, which is near Peterborough, Ontario. ONWA, in fact, just recently celebrated its 40th anniversary here in the city of Sault Ste. Marie, which is just mere minutes away from its head office located in the Garden River First Nation. ONWA's mandate is to provide professional development, technical expertise, and advocacy to its members. The ONWA members currently consist of 105 social services administrators and their communities in Ontario. ONWA achieves its training mandate as supported by the Chiefs of Ontario Resolution 9227, and that is very key. ONWA currently has 12 staff in the office, with each staff member in various roles ranging from the executive director, office support, coordinators, in turn social policy analyst, special project coordinator, and 5 new social program coaches. Each of these people are strategically located within the province of Ontario in their satellites as well. This brief video will highlight key aspects of my analysis and more specifically a review of the internal and external environments in terms of ONWA developing an ONWA strategic management plan. I will also provide a summary of my recommendations while further referencing the strategic relevance of each of those recommendations. The first strategic management analysis tool that was utilized was applying the Porter's 5 forces analysis. In terms of threats of new entrants, there are in fact very few. The only real threat would be various industry consultants whom are seeking the same clients that ONWA has as in its membership. But more importantly, in terms of new entrants, perhaps would be OMSA, Ontario Municipal Social Services Association, and the province itself, in that the province does have a branch that also serves the interests of building capacity for that same group. Now, of course, that's social administrators again. The bargaining power of ONWA customers could be very profound. If an ONWA member decides not to support the organization in terms of a $1,000 annual membership fee, then it would be a challenge for the organization to function effectively. In terms of competitive industry, it's non-existent, other than, of course, the province holding its First Nations forums as it does. So perhaps complacency could be what it is that could be a threat to the organization. In terms of the ONWA organization, they're a very loyal group. And so they need to be very dissatisfied and actually to go to another organization. The bargaining power of suppliers in this sense is actually the province and the federal government. Without provincial and federal support, much of what has been gained in the last 4 years since 2009 would not have occurred. This relationship is very key and very fruitful to the ONWA organization. The second strategic management tool that we utilized was the SWOT analysis. So a SWOT analysis is a tool used by organizations to determine some of its internal strengths, internal weaknesses, and how they could leverage this understanding and turn them into external opportunities while minimizing those threats that could occur to the organization should it choose to disregard them. So a few of ONWA's strengths are, of course, its central location in Ontario. 4 satellite offices all throughout Ontario as well. They all serve to strongly serve the membership and the membership base. In terms of weaknesses, the current office in Garden River is at capacity. ONWA is highly reliant on government funding. 5 coaches are not necessarily fully integrated yet and seen as experts in their field. Opportunities that await ONWA to expand, one would be to expand its membership. Outsource HR as an increased revenue stream. And of course, looking at increasing revenue stream by targeting certain programs in terms of the demographics at the ONWA assemblies in terms of who attends. That's very key. Lastly, in terms of threats, would be, of course, industry consultants, provincial First Nations forums, OMSA perhaps, but more so complacency. Now, in terms of what can we deduce from this analysis, we take a quick look at 4 of the 9 initial recommendations we highlighted in our report. So, firstly, would be the government relations. With the recent provincial election now over, it's the most opportune time to renew that ONWA provincial government relationship, which could also seek to target additional revenue streams as ONWA being what we would call a flow-through organization for provincial programs, which it has done in the past. Secondly, ONWA needs to continue to expand its base. With the full implementation of Ontario Works and First Nations communities, this will directly translate to additional bodies in the form of caseworkers, field workers at ONWA assemblies. As more professionals in the field attend ONWA, there might even be a need for expansion in terms of having homemakers, daycare workers, home support. This will in fact increase revenue streams, if not triple the revenue streams. There is also the opportunity of the HR and having that particular person look at the field of employment support in Ontario. Potentially could be a game changer and perhaps spawn a for-profit sector for the organization. And that's a tremendous opportunity. The fourth recommendation would be for ONWA to consider diversifying its portfolio and to something that would provide a slightly greater return rather than a term deposit would utilize. Perhaps maybe even looking at integrating social economies and maybe small loans as the Grameen Bank has done with microfinance. So these are all very key aspects of our analysis. So that's my video with regards to the ONWA organization, again located here in Sault Ste. Marie. And with that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for listening. And as we would say, as Anishinaabe people, Kshimiwech.